Mic check 212. This is EraBros practice podcast, talking all out the comfort zone. This is where we talk about just things in our lives, professionalism, what we want to be, what we want to do. Welcome to the podcast. Introduce yourself.
All right, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Keith. I am one part of the EraBros. So kind of to give you a little bit of backstory, the EraBros is kind of an idea that, me and my brother obviously kind of wanted to work together, right? We wanted to be able to build something and call it our own. Both of us kind of have fields in regards to like content creating. We both enjoy like social media very much. And YouTube videos. Like I remember when we shot fucking the first Been Killing Taste Buds episode where we ate fucking like 100 wings or something.
150. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was crazy, and then we just like sat there eating them. I've never felt so fat, but I also enjoyed it at the same time.
I mean, it was Wings and Things.
I know, right? OG, shout out to Wings and Things downtown. Man, never forgotten. West Side staple right there. So to kind of give you a little bit more kind of on a intro, and then we'll kind of correlate a little bit into like the history of like us. So, I'm Keith, I'm 31 years old. I'm a lifelong Alaskan. I'll say like culturally, I'm pretty diverse in the sense of because I hung out with a lot of different people in different stages of my life. I was always trying to chase something bigger than myself, right? Mm-hmm. Damn. Thinking back, that shit is just nuts. So, right now, I'm with my girlfriend, Ashley, who I've almost been with for, I think, like 4 years upcoming.
Good love.
And, life's been crazy. I remember, like, when we first got together, we were, like, living in my parents' house, with no bed, 2 cars.
On a mattress.
Yeah. Just like a little foam mattress. And then we bought a place on the west side that really like tested our relationship in the sense of like, when you first get to know somebody and, learn to love somebody, like you discover what kind of person they are and what kind of person you are, and I definitely think like that living on, West 29th definitely like strengthened us, but also broke us very much, in the sense of like we understood what it was like to be in like a financial relationship, an emotional relationship.
Exactly. And growth.
Yeah. And, those two things are like completely different from, what the ideology is behind a healthy relationship, right? Like most couples won't, talk about like their finances. They won't talk about, like the temptations, the flaws that they have, and what I've kind of learned through this process of like being in love is like to always have small goals that equal big goals, and big goals equal vision, and then with vision comes purpose. And
you and Ashley how to find purpose or have vision, how to find a vision together.
Right, like a joint purpose.
Exactly. Separate from your own.
Yeah.
But together.
Phone ringing. Spam. Man, don't you hate those shit? Spam calling.
Kirkland, Washington, probably not real.
Damn. So like, so going off that, our goal is to grow, right? Our goal is to, produce value to our listeners, even if it's one person listening and it could be us. We just, want to be able to
just talk and, reach out to people,
network, bounce off ideas. Collaboration is one of the fundamental keys of success, right? Meaning that like in order to succeed in anything that you do, you need to derive it from, I don't know, like other places, like it's like you take, for example, like Kobe Bryant, right? For him to be able to be as effective he is in his later part of the career, he had to learn another sport and the footwork that came with the sport. A lot of people don't know this, that the original Kobe was actually based off the shoe Ronaldinho was wearing in soccer.
I didn't even know that.
And the reason why Kobe did that was because he saw the way that Ronaldinho moved. you know, in the way his footwork was so elegant, so technical, you know, that it was like he was able to manipulate the field, being one of the slowest players, being one of the oldest players, you know, just like
skilled,
but still in the top tier, yeah, you know, and so like. Yeah, so I mean that's like pretty fucking cool right there, you know. So that kind of gives you an idea of kind of the collaboration you need in success. So like, let's go. Let's hop into talk about like your job count, right? Like you're like an
introduction.
Yeah, here I'll let you kind of introduce yourself while we hit this.
What up, everyone? What up? I'm Kiato, 27, turning 28 here in July. Work at Alaska Premier Auctions and Appraisals, #1 auction house in Alaska, as a social media coordinator. Just all around type of dude, you know, and started myself in the company last year, February, and, you know, just been soaking up a lot of stuff about auctioning from Dan and Nick and Abigail, and just anyone I become in contact with, you know. We see a lot of cool shit. Before that, I worked at the news station, Channel 13 Fox, as a production coordinator.
Shout out to our boy Kyle.
Shout out to
my brother Kyle.
Shout out to Fox ABC, you know, even though they're kind of, you know, but locally, you know, we're on fire. Shout out to the past reporters, Alvin. Shout out to Alvin, my coworkers, Susan.
Oh, yeah. Good old Susan.
Sherry. Fucking, who else? A lot of other people, you know. That was a good job for a good minute. That's where really I enhanced my creative skills with Adobe. It was definitely through the news thing. And then before that, I worked at
Arc of Anchorage.
Not
the Arc.
Hope. Shout out to Conrad.
Yup. Shout out double C's. Triple C's.
Conrad.
If you hear this, man, we miss you, bro.
Yeah, if you ever hear this somehow, we're going to try to hit up sometime. But that was a good job, too, because, you know, I was a mentor, you know? Pretty much. Helped him with his daily goals, stuff like that, you know, that assigned by Hope Community Resources and his parents. Then before that, I worked, Arc of Anchorage call center. That's where you see a lot of, you know, stuff that we see now in auction is just like stuff that people were just getting rid of. But, you know, it's different. I worked there for a little bit. Then before that, Foot Locker.
Oh, yeah. Chuck E. Cheese was like, what, your first job?
First job. And then I went to college, didn't finish it, dropped out. IT. I mean, I got the certificate, but I didn't get the degree. So it's kind of
You know, it's like, eh.
But then throughout that, you know, I've just been traveling the world, you know, learning more video, photography, anything creative, you know, I would really love to do.
See, like when this dude traveled, he traveled as like the pinnacle of like the golden age of social media. Like back when I traveled, there was like, dude, I was still on a Nokia. Like there was no iPhone, you know what I'm saying?
It was more in the moment.
Yeah, and it was like...
But what I've learned though, since, you know, it's fun to do social media while you're traveling, but recently, like a couple past years of traveling, especially with Thailand, I was using less than my phone. So I felt more in the moment.
Yeah, and just like being there, experiencing those vibes.
The culture, the vibes. Thailand was amazing. Shout out to Suwat, Nan, his mom, ex, all the family over there. Love Thailand. But yeah, now I work at an auction house for social media coordinator, you know. Definitely progressing in this professional career that I started here with APA Journey. And, you know, we're a growing company. We hope to really take it to the top.
And just to kind of give you guys some context, this dude is coming from a background where he was just only a user in social media.
Exactly.
You know, like, and I would know because I was in the marketing realm, right? Like I understood what Facebook ads were before they even became poppin', right?
Google Analytics, all that stuff.
You know, how to utilize different applications like MailChimp, Hootsuite, everything. You know, Slack, Trello. Like just all these kind of different applications that help you progress, help you remain organized. And that's like one of the key things when it comes to like growth is like you got to have an accountability partner, whether that be that person that you look in the mirror every day or whether it be someone that, you know, you trust and that you
share like ideas, you know,
right? Similar
ideas, people that, you know, that are about what they want to do, you know. It's about really trying to be happy in what you do in life. Yes, if it's about the money, but also you gotta love what you do. Because if not, then that's just misery, and you don't want to be miserable working, making a lot of money, but then be miserable. That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I mean, like when we talk about money, right? We're speaking in the context of like of like being able to be financially free. Yeah. That's what we mean by money. Yeah. Money is like the ability to buy your freedom, right? To be able to like, okay, I can wake up, not worry about bills because I'm financially free. Exactly. You know, I have income that allows me to have this free time. Shout out to my girl Ashley, because while I'm trying to, you know, chase my hustle, my dream, my goals, she's supporting me. You know what I'm saying? But it's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? Like we've grown together, you know, and it's like we're only gonna get better, right?
Bit better and bigger. You know, we're gonna keep trying to progress. We still have goals we want to obtain. You know, a lot of goals. We're gonna reach those goals. You know, whether how long it takes. We still gotta reach those goals no matter what. And if you don't reach that goal, you gotta readjust your goal. And it's okay to readjust. There's different paths. Like people say, it's cliche to say, but it's true. The shit happens for a reason, and sometimes shit's out of your control.
Yeah, man. Life has been crazy, and fucking, what is this? 2022. There's sometimes I forget that it's even 2022.
This pandemic shit's been wild lately.
Right? Doesn't it feel like we're almost like rebirthed, you know, after this pandemic?
It was almost like a washing of just, you know, everyone got
It's an awakening because you see
everyone to be home, everyone to be, you know, in the isolation, just like thinking.
And everyone's trying to be their own source of income, right?
I think people finally realized that, like, you know, sometimes what they were doing wasn't worth it. You know, that corporations, companies weren't paying enough or caring about their employees.
And I think like a big part of it is like, as a society, we've noticed like what it is to have individual value. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see all these holes in employment, especially here locally. Is because yo motherfuckers know that, yo, dude, I'm worth more than $14 to $20 an hour.
And you know, some people, you just, in Alaska, you can't survive off that. There's no way. It's impossible. It's unfair, but you got to put the work in. Even if you're making that type of money, you still got to put the work in, you know? Even though some people are not, I'm not saying that people are worth what they're paid, but hey, you got to find your way. Find your lane, find your thing. You know, it takes time, but it's better to try to find your lane than, like I said, and place yourself in a situation that you hate yourself waking up every day, or, you know, it's never good for your mental health. That's probably the worst thing ever. You see with the older generation, look at them. Those guys, they suffered, they did their thing, and look how the earth's turning. It's all compound effect.
Oh yeah, that's a good point to bring up, the compound
effect. You know, everything matters. Every ripple effect. Anything you do in life, there's a ripple to something. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and that makes me think of like, okay, so like there's this book called The Slight Edge, right? There's this story about there's this dying dad, and he has two sons, right?
Yeah.
He's offering his sons $1 million in cash right now, or a penny that doubles every day for 30 days.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, and it's like it correlates to back what you were saying, right? The compound effect, right? That penny that doubles every day.
Exactly.
That's like life, you know?
If you double a penny a day, exactly. Each little action you do, little step you make, decision you make, it really matters. So always take time to think and just do.
Well, and it's like, yo, and people forget, like, dude, the greatest tool we have is our phone.
Yeah,
you know
the internet is definitely
information is how you prosper, how you are able to like leverage real life moves to be able to go into grander moves.
Exactly. Smaller steps, bigger goals. You know, it's crazy. I guess I would say, what's a good motivation what do you use for motivation?
Yeah, like what's that intrinsic motivation that wakes you up? Because I know for a fact with people I've spoken to that you're capping if you're saying, oh, my motivation is for fucking
money. Or
no, I wouldn't even say like
not money, yeah. It just depends. I mean, why do you wake up every day? Just, you know, like, I'm not saying you, just people, whoever's listening. What's your purpose of why you wake up every morning? There has to be a purpose. Yes, it's to get up, to do your thing. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people that say, you know, they're just there to skate by, and that's okay. You know, as long as they're content or happy, that's an important thing. But also,
but then it's like, yeah, but don't be bitching. You know,
exactly.
That's what it really comes down to.
Bitching.
Don't be bitching.
Yeah.
You know, if you're okay with mediocrity, being average, there's nothing wrong with it. But don't bitch when you feel like you deserve more.
Exactly.
Because if you deserve more, then you got to put in more work. And
exactly.
that's you got to wake up and you got to do the work when no one's watching.
You got to work your lifestyle. You got to whatever lifestyle you want to live, you have to put that work in. You know, that's the only true fact. Like I said, some people are content or happy with basic things, material things, you know, or trips to take. You know, they look forward to that, or, you know, different motivations of like that. Money,
yeah,
cars,
like is it
jewelry.
Material? Is it experience? Right?
Exactly,
like what is it that we crave as people? Right? Like, fuck me. I just crave success. I don't even know what it is. It's like the idea of winning.
You're still defining it. That's why, right?
I think it's because I love the idea of winning. I love the idea of win and lose, right? Or black and white, 50-50, yin and yang, you know?
50. And, you know, and seeing other people win is also the best thing to see.
That's a good motivator.
Definitely.
Pettiness is a good motivator, you know what I'm saying?
Pettiness to a certain extent. Don't be a hater, but
yeah. But like, you know, you're petty in the sense that you're like, fuck this, dude. Like, I know I'm better, so I need to do the work to be better.
Exactly. That's what it takes for you to, you know, for people to work your goal, to achieve your goal. Then you got to use that motivation, right?
I mean, yeah. Let's be real. Like, we're on social media all the time. It's like we either seen like
fake
flexers, yeah.
Don't believe internet, guys. Yes, it's a tool. Yes, you can post things on there to make you feel better, but don't believe everything you see. Not everyone's happy. Not everyone's fucking driving $1 million cars,
driving Bugattis,
having the baddest of girls, women, or the girls having the guys, or guys having guys, girls having girls.
Girls want girls.
Girls want girls where we're from. That's true. Alaska.
Drake.
You know, and some of the things we see here, people here in Alaska, I guess I need to explore more, but like, you know, most of them work jobs of construction, nursing, or medical field, or, you know, all types of range of people, you know, and I always just wondered, you know, what is their I guess motivation to do what they do every day, or what's their goals, you know? Some people don't have goals, which is kind of sounds crazy to me, but hey, some people are just born that way, you know? They don't have to worry about the next thing they got to do, the next bill, or, you know, it's just kind of insane. So, you know, what is your guys' motivation out there? You know, comment, text, DM me, comment, you know, we don't mind. We are going to have guests onto this. Different young people in different career fields.
Yeah, and we're just gonna like chop it up.
Talk, you know. We just want to find out more about people and what they about and how they do it and the process they do it, and
or really it's like just like having just like a conversation, right?
Yeah,
like,
conversation.
That's what's always cool, you know, just like being able to like just learn something new, right? Like, because it's like one of my like mini goals is like obviously like learn something new every day, you know,
exactly.
to like continue learning. Because like that's the key. I think that's what like that's one of the advantages of social media is that because you can learn, right? But then there's a lot of fake stuff out there. But I mean that's, you know, fact checking, right?
Yeah, fact
it's
check.
Like going back to the principles we learned back in elementary when you had to use the Dewey Decimal System, you know, or you had to like go back and like
classic.
Read the encyclopedias
to find out,
to see whether or not it was true. Because like the way it works is like how people have those verified blue check marks. That used to be the people under the names, right? Like,
but now anybody can get a check mark, so technically it's not as valid as it was.
Yeah,
it's valid on that platform, but even then, always do your fact check. And like you said, a conversation is good to have just because there's so much difference in the world that it's good to talk to anybody, even just to find out what they are. And if they don't want to talk, then it's fine. But it's always good to talk to, you know, random people, you know, just have a conversation, be nice, you know, considerate. Like you said, the principles we learned in elementary, you know.
Or it's really just like being like what the key is and like really like growth is like, helping each other create a platform for more people to tune into what they're doing.
Exactly.
You know?
Because people more related, like have the same type of thinking.
Well, no, it's just let's go back to let's just keep it as simple as like people just helping people. PHP.
Yeah.
Right? Just people helping people, you know?
Whether it's a simple...
Whether they do sneakers, whether they do Pokemon cards, whether they sell insurance, sell homes, sell cars, run a fucking plumbing business.
Sure, you're using a service to help. We use services for help.
Yeah. Any hustle and grind, what I'm saying? People. Like, we're just gonna try to get a collection of people to like hop on, talk with us, and go through their history, kind of like how all these podcasts have already been like, right? The formula is there.
You just got to be consistent. That's what we're trying to do, and we kind of want to just build a platform, like we said, and hear people out. We're generally interested in other people in their process and what motivates them. Really.
Well, and I think like me and Kano, like we both agree that we both have skills that can help people.
Exactly.
And elevate them while they elevate us. Right. And that's the key of doing this, is like we're just trying to elevate each other.
Not even out of monetary game or anything, just we like to see the W, or it feels good to help someone just be like, hey, I helped that person do this, or a little.
Or it's just like really learn. It's really about like learning lessons of failure. You know what I'm saying? And being able to like avoid them or be able to use wisdom from another person, because like wisdom comes from failure.
Yeah.
Facts. Like, and I would know because I'm a trier. Like I don't quit.
You don't follow the status quo. Really, you could have easily done the corporate route, and you don't. You're taking your own way. You're making your own lane, which is
like, bro, I could have stayed with a company that I was working for at 18, and if right now I'm 31, I would have been in the executive board, easy,
But it's like you feel like you weren't being, that wasn't your purpose though.
Yeah. Well, and it was like, I was reading books that were like telling me like, yo, every day you clocking in to someone else's job, you're helping them build your dream. And you gotta ask yourself this question, and it's a hard question to ask, right? Is that like, yo, is your dream to help build someone else's dream?
That's true.
And it was like, I was saying nah. And I'm still saying nah. Like, I want, I want to go after my dream.
Yeah, which, and part of your dream is helping people build dreams too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
By motivating and everything like that. And that's the true fact. Like, sometimes people with corporations or bigger companies, it's harder to really feel like you matter when it's a big company, just because it's a lot of people. That are totally not replaceable quickly, but they could. Like Amazon, companies like that. Those companies are huge. So imagine how those everyday workers feel, Strange.
Well, and it's like, I think like, man, the way like work is going to be in the future, it could be like everyone is their own business owner. And everyone's just contracted, through companies and giving people that opportunity, that flexibility. Because basic skill set to work back in early 2010s, right?
Yeah.
Like from the 2000s, 2010, it was very minor, right? It was like you had to have basic administrative skills to be able to get this kind of desk job, is what they used to label it as.
Or a certain degree.
No, just like basic computer use.
Yeah.
Like learning how to open files, close them, type. Like things that like for now, it's like we don't even think twice, bro. We can hop on any device and just start rolling with it. But like back in the day, they'd know. Like, that was a real skill, right? And so it's like, and I just think like the job system hasn't caught up because the skills have definitely quantum leaped because of the internet. Like information is out there, right? Like you can go to an expert store and Google the question that you're gonna ask the expert, and you could come up with a list of answers.
That's true. And also, it's like, let's say, what do you call that when you have the access to information like that so quickly, so thoughtfully, and anything, like you said, work's going to be different in the future. And it kind of is turning that way, it's not really, everyone tries to brand themselves on the internet, but why not brand your skills of work, you know? Like you said, individually, everyone brands themselves differently on the internet, or they care about their social media, they put their email in there. But, you know, pretty much the social media now is almost like a resume in this type of, like, but also like you said, everything should be subcontracted, so it's already kind of like that, but
but it's like what I mean is like the wages aren't, you're not, you know, like you got to realize that like you have to leverage like you're a business as well, helping another business. That's how business to business, right? Yeah. Like that's what I mean, like that's it.
That is true. Yeah, people do that though, or starting to, or they should.
No, but the people do that. Like if I'd have told you 10 years ago that social media would be a competitive job field, you would laugh at me. You would be like,
there's no job on social media.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Just like those people that are on Google, right? Like, you know, just like I mean, that kind of gives you an idea of like, like where we came from and how we grew up. Like, you know, like I was born in 1990.
Yeah, it's different times, different people, different cultures all clashing into one. So it's...
Yeah, like our parents, they still struggle with like using their smartphone.
That's true.
And they don't even really know how to use a desktop computer.
Yeah.
You know,
the blue collar worker. They're blue collar workers.
Yeah.
My parents are blue collar workers. I mean, my dad was a cook for a long time. Still can chef it up really nice. My mom, airport food too, still the same.
Strong, dude.
But then, I mean, I wonder, well, Dad didn't really have a job in the Philippines because he left before he was a teenager. But Mom worked at the Barbie factory. Yeah, that's different. Real. That's crazy. Like, what else?
Working for scraps, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, coming to America, you know, and seeing like $7 an hour was like, holy shit! I hit the fucking jackpot. That's to put you in the context, you know?
Yeah, back then, for
like,
sure.
Well, no, just like the reality we grew up in, right? Yeah, exactly. You know, like so, like. I would have never thought growing up that like, oh, really making $100,000 was like super realistic. You know, I thought you needed to be like a professional athlete, a superhero, you know, an entertainer, like, you know, like straight up to be able to make that kind of money, right? Like because we're not taught, we don't have the entrepreneur background, you know, we're first generation Americans, right? So it's like us coming on Plymouth Rock, you know what I'm saying?
Because think about
we got cars and planes.
We're fops, you know, but think about our parents didn't graduate college. They didn't really have any formal education, really. They just were trying to get it pretty much out of the Philippines and to America or have a better life, and then look what happened. I mean,
yeah, dude, my pops got his GED at like 40-something. You know, like on some real shit, bro. Like to be real,
that's crazy.
You know,
and then it's time. I guess it's first generation Americans. It is definitely different compared to other generations. You know,
wouldn't it just be like culturally, like the pressure, right?
Yeah,
it's like that basic stereotype where it's like, you know, we all see it. Like where they're like Filipinos are either going to be nurses, you know, mailmen, or work at the bank.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. There's a lot.
Like you try to find a Filipino, you go to those three places. Maybe supermarket.
Shout out to the Filipino community. We're really taking over this place. There's a lot of Filipinos in different fields here. We're really everywhere. There's the
dude.
Best McDonald's. You already know. Go to Lights. That's why it's Filipino run. Carl Jr. Filipino run. There's a lot of places.
In the West Side. Yeah. The one on South Side.
Yeah, it's outside.
Sus. By Fred Myers.
Fix your stuff. But you see those kids, you know, there's newer kids still coming from the Philippines to here that are, immigrant children that are starting with the internet, with everything, and coming to America. So it's like a double bam, bam, bam. They already see how American is or how it's portrayed on the media or the internet really quickly. But when they come to America,
yeah, but here I'll give them a metaphor that I think people can understand, right? You know how like when people rock that $100,000 chain, they're like you could tell it's like damn, right?
Yeah,
and it's like go to a third world country and wear your freaking your U.S. passport on your neck, and they'll look at you like you got $1 million chain on.
They're just wanting
you're the ticket, you know.
They want that opportunity just to even have that that's how you kind of people. You got to remind yourself, like, you know,
humble beginnings.
Exactly. Like, we're in America, guys. Like, there's so much opportunity here compared to other countries, especially when you go back to other countries of
like our home country. Let's just talk about our home country.
Philippines.
Like, going back to Philippines,
it's like, man, shit's wild there, guys.
Yeah, dude. Like on my mom's side, like their family did not make it out.
Yeah, there's still people that are in the Philippines that my cousins, they commute 6 hours just to get to a job of call centers, man. Like, come on, y'all. Like, that's crazy. You know, they have college degrees, they have education, but Philippines is a corrupted city. It's a different opportunities there. Yeah. Not everything's open, so
yeah, a lot of
foreign interest is there. That's all I say. I'm not gonna get into specific, but like, we're in America, guys. Remember that every day there's someone that will literally kill for your spot in this country. Sadly to say, but they'll literally die or kill just to have a chance to even have the opportunity to be in America. Sometimes that trips me the fuck out.
I know, because it's crazy. Like when you walk through like the slums there.
Too, sorry.
When you walk through the slums there, it's like, damn, dude.
That's bad in the Philippines, man.
You're like, okay, so like I'm a cigarette smoker, right? And so like over here packs are like $12. You can buy like 4 cartons for that. Yeah. If you're in the ghettos, like
they sell just individually.
The Lucy's is what they call it.
But I admire the Filipino people in the Philippines, but they're entrepreneurs because of what they have to deal with sometimes. Like, they all have their little markets in their little neighborhoods. They're all pop-up shops, like that. Yeah. That are trying to, they're trying to hustle, but there's just no...
Like this, like the Jeep parts where it's like, damn, this is like a real life chop shop.
Vulcanizing.
People are just normalizing.
You see the word vulcanize. That's what vulcanized on the. If you've been to the Philippines, you know that word vulcanized.
Fucking
I remember that. I was like, what does that even mean? I don't know wealthy, but I was like, what the fuck is vulcanized? And I finally learned, And then you just see all the micro hustles, pandesal, people selling at the hut, all types of things. If you just think about it, if they had more opportunity, they could probably work a lot better. That's why I commend, I guess, Filipino people, and sometimes. What I've noticed just from being, Filipino and seeing Filipinos there, the work ethic is crazy. Customer service over there is different. They're nicer no matter what. But in America, we're kind of privileged because we can act the way we act.
YOLO MF!
It's just insane.
Oh, man. Philippines. For anyone that hasn't gone there,
Asia in general.
In Asia, like get overseas. It's fire.
Experience the world, guys. The world's travel, but make sure to respect the culture. Learn what you got to learn before. But also immerse yourself. Learn. Be open to a lot of things.
Self-education is the key.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Keep learning. And building. That's what it is. Like, learn and apply.
Yeah, like, vacations are nice because you're helping economy, tourism, but also there's a bad side to it, too. So learn that, Be nice when you travel. There's effective tourism that's positive, that can help the actual local economy. Learn how to actually help the local economy, That's the good thing about tourism. When I travel, I like to try to help as best as I can because, that's the people that live there. Just like Alaska, we want people to invest in your businesses or locally compared to a big shop, big corporations. And that's why there's a lot of local businesses here, though. Yeah. It's a lot of micro businesses from selling sneakers to cards to pretty much, chicken wings or people having their own micro hustles. You saw a lot of micro hustles during the pandemic. That's
what I'm saying. Everyone had their own side income.
They're like, we need to do something else. We can't really go out to our jobs because it's dangerous, so I got to think.
It goes back to like the platform, right? Social media creates that platform for you to make money.
Exactly, that's facts. Kids are 14 years old, making millions by just playing video games.
Twitch,
come on.
I know. Keanu said if he would have known that back in the day, he would have stayed playing.
If there was recording back in my day when I was playing games, it'd be crazy. But everything happens, like we said. You can think about the past, but always focus on the future and decisions of present.
That's key. Being in the present.
This is just a starter episode between me and Q. We just want to, test out the waters. We're gonna have guests on. We're gonna have people on. We're going to talk about, try to get out of their comfort zone. What happens when they're out their comfort zone, or what do they think? What's their mind, ideology, all that.
Yeah, and just have good stories, right? Exactly. That's what it is. Be able to laugh, cry, be sad, be in those feelings.
Love the experiences to learn about. We only learn from experience,
right?
And people's experiences when they told that are true, you definitely learn.
Well, and it's being okay with being with your emotions. Yeah. That's very good for self-growth.
Self-growth, yeah. And mental health.
That's key. That right there, mental health.
Middle ground, yin yang.
Mental health.
You gotta find that middle ground where everything's just a slope up. There's gonna be ups and downs, but no matter what, you're gonna go up.
Yeah, for real. All right, well, it sounds like a good ending point because I'm trying to definitely smoke a cigarette.
All right, guys.
Eat some McDonald's breakfast.
Tune in for the next episode. We'll have a guest maybe. Probably, actually. We'll have Ashley on. Let her talk about, find out more. Thank you for listening. Deuces.